We're here to rank the best Mario games of all freaking time. Are you ready for that? It's Mario time.
It's Mario time.
Here's how it works. Each of us ranked our top 10 favorite Mario games of all time. They gave me that list. I compiled all of them, averaged them out, gave them scores, did the math, and boom, here is our definitive Super Game Boys top 10. So in this episode, we're only doing the mainline big console Mario platformers, the big guns, right? So we're not doing handhelds, we're not doing spin-offs, Mario Kart, Mario Tennis, blah, 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 blah.
All business, no fun.
It's what we're all about here on Super Game Boys.
So if you're looking for Mario 3D Land on this list, unfortunately, it's not going to be on this list because we're not doing handhelds, which I think is an abomination because that game is absolutely awesome.
These are facts, but handhelds would add so many more games, and we're trying to just keep it to a nice, concise list here. With that being said, 3D World will be involved. However, with the new Super Mario Bros., we and you, is there a difference? Who cares? Who gives a shit? I'm just calling it the new Super Mario Bros. Games, okay? And if
spoiler alert, they're at the bottom of the list.
Exactly. So it's like if you can actually find something that differs about those two games, that they should be totally distinct, you can leave that in the comments. But either way, they're probably not even going to make the top 10, so it doesn't matter. So now that you know the rules, that brings us to our number 10 spot, which is, you guessed it, the new Super Mario Bros.
Incredible,
who gives
dude.
a shit?
Incredible.
Okay, so what? The biggest thing about these games that I really don't like all that much is that they feel really floaty.
Yeah, they're
right?
pretty floaty.
Like the mechanics between like Mario 3 and Mario World, like the 2D, the way Mario controls between those games and these games, they're mechanically different.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's as enjoyable for me personally, like just the way that they feel. Yeah. Aesthetically, they look like fucking mobile games.
Yeah,
I don't even really like the way they look either.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to get at. Is like my two gripes for them are, one, it feels just like a dumbed down version of Mario. Like the levels are shorter, more simplified. And then the other thing is, like, it's awesome to play with your friends. It's so bad to play with your friends because you're jumping on each other's heads. You're trying to do things quickly in a certain time constraint, and somebody's lagging. They turn into a bubble, and like it's a mess. It's a cool idea, but doesn't really work.
It also just feels like the whole game is one giant easy mode.
Exactly.
For sure.
Yeah, it's dumbed down.
But that's also part of the charm. Like I get that it's kind of introducing a new generation to these like Mario platformers, right? So like I like that it's a cool entry point for like people who hadn't played the earlier games or too young to play like the original Super Mario. So that's cool too. But for me, nah, probably not.
I think that's why a lot of Mario fans our age all have migrated to Mario Maker. And people just make the most ridiculous levels that are just
totally
unhinged.
Yeah, take it to the next level.
For what should have happened with Mario Maker is they should have just used that as research and development and saw like, no one's making the games that we already gave them. Yeah. They're making the games that they liked and we used to make.
Yeah.
And then they just made Wonder, which they had all the info that says no one wants those games. And so they just gave us another one.
Totally.
I don't know. What am I talking about?
Yeah. No, that's a good point about like what people want. And I think like the other thing is like you don't have to make the games that easy, you know, because it's like we all played the regular Mario games as kids, and it's like that's how you get better. Is like you grind those games and then you become a platformer king.
I mean, it's new Nintendo though. Like these new Mario games are not for you. They're not for us, right? Yeah. They're for kids. They're for a different audience, I think, and that's why they're so easy. So it's like I don't see them changing that anytime soon. But it's kind of a bummer to like just absolutely stomp through some of these new games, you know.
And that's kind of how I view like the new Super Mario Bros. And also Wonder. Is like they took the 2D games and it's like these are for kids. Yeah, you play the 3D games, right? Kind of thing. It's like it's cool and it's also not cool. So that brings it to our number 9 game, Super Mario Sunshine.
Oh, wow.
Interesting.
That's lower than I thought.
That is way lower than I thought.
Okay.
Really?
It was pretty low on all of our lists.
Apparently, it was my number 8, so I'm full of it.
I think I had it the highest.
It was my number 10.
You did have it the highest, yeah.
I had it at 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: is that like it looking at my own list, number 9 and on, it's just bangers. So it's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so 10 is like, for me, Sunshine was 10. I think Sunshine is a very experimental game for the Mario team.
For sure.
I didn't
It was
like the aesthetic. I didn't like cleaning shit.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah, you got that. You have the like
the flood.
flood
Yeah.
thing, right?
I understand
the
that,
flood,
like,
that's what it's called.
Power
yeah.
Washer
Yeah.
Simulator is really, really popular right now, but it ain't for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, I tell you, if they remaster it and put motion controls for Flood,
Oh, sure.
it might be kind of nice.
I just
might-
feel
it
like
might
it was
add something
kind
to
of.
it.
It had a. I don't know. I felt like it felt good on GameCube. Like the controls were tight and like it felt good to play. Like
Yeah, some of the platforming's really nice.
it's
in that game.
really cool platforming. So I thought it was a pretty good game overall. And
Yeah.
it a little weird, a little wacky
Yeah.
because of the flood thing. But I think it took. It's hard because it's hard on the heels of like it's the next game after
64.
Super Mario 64.
Yeah. It's a
which
tall
we'll get to.
order. Yeah.
But as a successor to that game, falls short in a lot of ways. But because you've already had your mind absolutely destroyed by the previous game,
It's not one of my favorite Mario games.
Sure.
Unfortunately. I've tried playing that game like numerous times, and even when the collection came out recently for Switch, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna finish this game. And I didn't. I did not finish it.
I will say Sunshine gave us a couple things, though. It brought in Bowser Jr.,
It sure did.
your boy Toadsworth.
Toadsworth.
Yeah.
Wow.
Toadsworth and Petey Piranha.
Dude, this game has way more story than like any Mario game. It's like way too much story. Like it's like the first game that doesn't take place in Mushroom Kingdom, right?
Yeah.
It takes place in
Yeah.
Flower Kingdom, and then
Yep.
there's just like so much lore and like
Right,
character
yeah.
building.
It was also the first game to not just like turn on and play.
yeah, totally.
started
Which is
doing-
it's cool, but like they kind of never do it again in any other
Not a lot.
Mario
I mean,
game.
Galaxy
you
had
don't
a bit.
need to. Galaxy had a little bit, but like,
but again, not a ton. It was just kind of like, all right, now you're here.
yeah,
Do
yeah,
your thing.
It's also the beauty of Mario, though.
yeah. You don't need a lot of. We get it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we-
do your
we get it.
thing. Coming in with 12 points is Super Mario 3D World.
Should have been land. I'll say it. Should've
Yeah,
been land.
I mean,
no handhelds. We said, but
yeah. I don't think there's like too big of a difference between these games.
as games, not really. Like they
Yeah.
play very similar, and they're
Yeah,
very similar.
there's like
but,
same power ups. You get the cat bell,
The kitty cat.
cat
yeah.
suit.
but like
yeah.
playing it on a 3DS and having the depth of field of a 3DS
Of the 3D
and like
effect,
what
yeah.
that game mattered a lot for the 3DS handheld,
Totally.
right? Like made sure that it kept it on track, made sure it was performing. Like that makes Land more important to me than World. Like,
Yeah, no,
we don't
you're
need
right.
World.
And Land was the
You're
first time on a handheld that you got like a 3D Mario. Like you had Mario 64 DS, but like
was a port.
it wasn't that great.
Yeah.
It re-
Ugly, too.
It was
That
very
part.
ugly. You still had a D-pad. Like it didn't. Nothing about it really felt great. But 3D Land, like that came out. It was just like holding a 3D Mario in my hand, which is like it was
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
I love 3D Land.
And I also just love the idea.
But this
of,
is not the game we're talking about. We're talking about 3D World.
It's about the same deal
Yeah.
though, you know. It's
Yeah.
like, and I just love the concept of like blending the 2D style with the 3D.
Sure.
You know, and like
Yeah.
being able to move that, and like it has all the different sections that some you can play as 2D, and then others you kind of move around and stuff. It's awesome.
I was just thrilled to have a 3D Mario game to play on my Wii U in general.
Yeah, it's great to have a game on the Wii U that you'd want to play in general.
Because we know the fate of that console, and
Yeah.
Huge defender of the Wii U.
me too. I love that.
Not the
thing.
way they marketed it, but
The machine
man, I
itself.
had a lot of fun
Yeah.
with that system.
Cool.
Yeah. 3D World was a great game. I like the clear tubes. I like when you go in the tube, they're all just like.
You're like, woo.
But then 3D World had Cat Mario, which
Yeah.
you can climb walls and jump. Cat Mario is good.
Ooh,
Cat
okay.
Suit Mario is good.
Cat Mario's good. I like a little Cat Mario.
All right, now
We don't have a lot to say about this game. It's a good game.
Yeah, no, it's fun. It's enjoyable, but now is when we get into it. All All right.
Here's where things get interesting.
Here's where things get interesting. Yeah, because now we're going to be talking about the best of the best from here on out.
Okay.
So here at the number 7 spot with 17 points is the legendary Super Mario Bros.
The original Super Mario Bros.
Original Super Mario Bros.
At number 7?
Number 7.
What did I have?
Number 7, yeah.
Check
we all had that like pretty much like in the middle, like 6 or 7 spots. So
Yeah, I had mine at number 8.
Number 8, yeah.
This is my number 6.
It's a legendary game.
Change the world.
It's awesome, and it's still
everything.
wildly playable.
Absolutely.
It plays fucking great.
Yeah, super playable.
And the only reason it's this low on the list is just because what they've done with that formula, they just keep adding to it, and it just gets better and better.
Yeah.
Is there any game on the planet that like has the reach this game has? Everyone knows this game.
Yeah.
My grandma, my Grammy was addicted to this game.
Die hard. Yeah.
She played this game every single day. I would get home from school, she'd be playing this game.
Oh.
It's like this was her like just how she would just wind down and like I was the age where I should have been crushing this game. I would watch her play and I would be like, oh, I can't play this game no more. Like I was totally intimidated by like how she would find all the lives. It was the first time I ever saw anybody get over 10 lives in the game, and like it starts to do like a little crown thing above like when it's counting. You know what I'm talking
Stacks,
about?
yeah.
I'm like, oh my. She's like finding the hidden blocks that I have no idea they were there. It was incredible.
That's so cool.
But yeah, like just the reach
awesome
that this game has, like there's no one on earth who doesn't know about Super Mario.
Yeah,
right?
and like you can, to your point, like you could just show a screenshot of like the world without even Mario in it, and most people could just pick it out and be like, oh, that's Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
100%.
green
Like
pipes.
he doesn't even have to be on screen. You can just show what the world looks like, what the game looks like, and it's iconic. Just the aesthetic.
And it was, obviously the soundtrack, like every melody of every song is like totally catchy, memorable, and has stood the test of
So
time
good.
for what is it, 30,
Right, because
30 years
and they're
at least.
still using them and just kind of like tweaking them and stuff like
Yeah.
in like future
Yeah,
games.
it's
still
just-
the same theme.
ridiculous.
And I think what needs to be said about Super Mario, the first game, is that the first level is just a masterclass in teaching you the mechanics of the game without saying a single word or anything.
Yeah.
Like it's putting you in situations where it's like you have to make a jump, but it's the jump is safe because there's blocks underneath. The next time you have to do a similar jump, but there's a pit. It's not safe anymore. But you just learned how to make that jump by doing it in an area where it was safe.
Right.
And it's just them doing that. It's teaching you how to play.
Totally.
Yeah, there are so many secrets in that game, and it's like on its face, it's like you could just go through the levels and just do everything. But then like
Yeah, but getting that.
like you said, there are invisible blocks.
The secret.
Yeah.
You can go
level
above the
ups,
screen,
going
enter
above
the warp zone.
That's what I
level
was just
two.
gonna say. It's like like level 2 where you
Yeah.
go
Yep.
underground and then
You
go
you
all the way
get
right
up,
into
you
the
break
warp
your
zone.
way up onto the top of the
Yeah.
level and then just cruise it.
Yeah.
And then you find out that
The
you
three
can
pipes.
jump over the
Yeah.
finish line
But
and find the 3
think
pipes.
of the
Like
expectation that set in you as
Yeah.
as someone playing games, like not just for Mario games, but like every game. You're like, can
Yeah.
I go over the top? I still do it. I still like if I'm playing like I'm like, can I get the top of the level?
Can I
How do I
get
get, how do I get up there?
Yeah, it's like with Metroidvanias where I'm constantly trying to like break walls or go through walls.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Or what
Stuff
Zelda
like-
did with bombs, right? You're like,
bombs,
what am
yeah.
I gonna blow up?
Yeah.
Yep. What my dad will never recover from. Always trying to blow stuff up. Asking like, no matter what game, he's always asking me like, well, when do I get the bombs? Like when
I'm
do I get
playing
the bombs?
NFL Blitz. Yeah. I get the bombs.
When do I get the bombs? All right, the number 6 spot comes with IGN's 10 out of 10.
Oh, here we go.
I'm waiting to get so mad.
And also Metacritic's 97 out of 100.
Oh, that's really good.
This is a top
97.
tier game.
It's gonna be Galaxy 2, isn't it?
Here at number 6, Super Mario Galaxy 2.
Okay. Galaxy 2 below Galaxy.
Absolutely.
Of
yeah.
course.
Absolutely.
Of course.
It is
And I-
below Galaxy on my list too, but like not by much. Like they are neck and neck, those two
Yeah,
games.
like
Dude.
I would say that it's like Galaxy 2 is like a better game overall, but I don't think it's different enough from Galaxy and like what
Correct.
Galaxy did. So it's like, yeah, I
Playing
would
it safe, man.
I would rank Galaxy above it just because of like everything it did. And then Galaxy 2 is just like yeah, we just kind of tweaked it and perfected it and added Luigi and Yoshi, which is sick. But like, I don't know. I can't.
But they also came out like 2 years from
It
each
wasn't
other?
a lot of time. Yeah, yeah. They're both on the Wii.
We used to get games all the time.
I know. Hey, remember when we used to get games all the time?
Dude, it's been 9 years since the last Mario game.
Yeah.
Like dude, I'm so mad. I'm so mad. You got 2 banger 3D Marios on the same fucking console.
Wonder came out 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
3D Mario.
Yeah,
It's not
that's
3D.
a
It's been 9 years since Mario Odyssey.
Yeah. Also, that game's dog shit. So
All right, well, we'll get there.
We'll get there.
I don't think we will.
It's not on the top 10.
You think it's above Mario Galaxy?
Fair. That's fair. I thought someone here really loved it. I don't know.
We'll see. We'll see.
But yeah, I
will see,
feel
we
the same
will
way.
see.
Galaxy 2, polished version of Galaxy.
Right.
Probably if you, in a vacuum, just had somebody who'd never played both games try both, they'd probably be like, I like Galaxy 2
Galaxy
better.
2 is better.
But like in a series of 3D Mario games where every single one is like distinctly different, and like think of
taking big swings.
the leap from Galaxy from Sunshine, and then you just do it like you just play it safe. You do it. I hate when companies do this, especially Nintendo, who is like known for like breaking the mold every time.
Yeah.
And then when they play it safe like this, I'm just kind of like, not interested, you know?
For sure. For sure.
I had a long think about why I like 2 more than I like 1. I think I reached an objective truth that I was just being a fucking baby
going on.
when Galaxy 1 came out, and I wasn't accepting the change in like design and especially the way Mario sounded. And when that first came out, I was
he
just like
sounded
not
different?
accepting of it.
When Galaxy came out, you're saying?
Yeah, and waving the screen around, getting all the stars. I'm just like, well, this is
And
this is taking away from the core of
And you're
what
saying
I'm
that
trying to
by
do.
the time Galaxy 2 came out, you had
I
acclimated
had
to
accepted
you
it a
had
little bit more
adapted,
because I was like, oh, Galaxy is a really fucking good game. And I was
Yeah.
just being
You were
a
ready
butthole.
for it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So
I
by
get
the
that.
time 2 came around, it was more,
You're more open.
yeah, I was more sensitized to like new Mario.
Yeah.
I think that's truly, at first glance, why I like 2 more than I like 1. But 1, I really, really like 1.
They're neck and neck for me because they're very similar games and they're both fantastic. And like I said, Galaxy 2 I think is definitively probably the better game.
Yeah, it's definitely more polished.
Yeah, but yeah, I think what Galaxy did, I have to rank.
Is
that
Galaxy next on the list?
higher. It could be.
Well, I'm just saying, like, if like
Yeah. Because
we're now talking
right?
about Mario
Yeah.
Galaxy 1. So it's like,
And here at number 5 is Super Mario Galaxy.
all right. Is that true? Or are you just,
It is true.
Okay,
it is
good.
true.
Wow,
They're
okay.
right-
Because I want to
right
talk
there
about Mario
together.
Galaxy. Is that like,
a difference of 5 points because you ranked Galaxy 2 pretty high at your number 4.
It was my number 5.
it was my, and then Galaxy.
AJ was not impressed and put it down at number 9.
What? Did I really?
That don't impress me much.
That's incorrect, my guy. Galaxy 2 is 9. I have Mario Galaxy F.
Well, that's what he said.
That's what I
5.
said. Yeah.
Oh, you said
No, you said
gave
I have Galaxy-
too high.
Galaxy
Yeah.
1 and Galaxy 2 are 3 and 4 on my
3 and
list.
4. But for you, it's 5 and 9. Like you
Yeah,
had a big
yeah,
gap.
I fucking love Galaxy. And although in retrospect, listening to you make the case about how safe and lazy Galaxy 2 is, maybe I should have put it lower.
I mean, it is a fucking great.
But it's
game.
like, but it's more in my mind where it's like I do consider them like kind of one package now. Like as the years go by,
Yeah.
but Galaxy 1 goes over. Dude, the fucking soundtrack in Galaxy 1
beautiful.
is just it's probably the best
Easy
Mario
there,
has
Tiger.
sounded. No, not like the tunes itself, but just the audio presentation that is Mario Galaxy is fucking it's staggering. It's
gorgeous.
It's
just
fully
the whole
orchestrated, right?
symphonic.
Yeah.
Like it fucking blows me away.
Yeah.
They just made everything seem like oh, this is Mario now. Like this is a big ass fucking production.
It's Mario in
And
space.
then you jump into different planets and just like everything seems so big and
Is it
massive.
really?
It's a spectacle.
Space
It really
Mario.
is, dude. It's a huge spectacle. And I feel like they tried doing that again with another game that's probably going to be on this list. And I don't think that they did. I have some fucking hot opinions coming up.
Oh
dude.
man!
All right.
But before we get into that, we do have to talk about the most important thing that Super Mario Galaxy did, which was introduce Captain Toad.
Is that really where Captain Toad was
and the
introduced?
Toad
Yeah, he was on his own little planets.
Yeah, the Toad Brigade came
Yeah,
through
for some
Mario
reason
Galaxy.
I thought that was like already established.
Which
it's
spawned
'cause it's just
Captain
been so
Toad Treasure.
long.
Yeah, has been a long
Which
time.
spawned Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, which is a
Yeah.
fucking fantastic game.
Banger,
If you guys
right?
haven't played.
What year did this game come out?
2008, maybe?
Yeah, I didn't write down the years.
This is good content, right? I was just trying to like think in my head about the distance in time between Mario Galaxy and like Odyssey, and then Odyssey to now, because it's been 9 years since Odyssey.
Yeah.
But I think it's
probably
probably like
been
9 years.
9 years between those two games.
That's crazy, man.
It's fucking embarrassing. And before anyone comes in, it's like, oh, games are so much bigger now. Yeah, technology is crazier. It's so much easier to do things with. Like, who am I arguing with right now?
Yourself.
I'm arguing with myself right now.
Hey, in all fairness,
I don't want
though,
to hear anyone be like, well, it takes so much more time to make games now. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
It doesn't
Coming from
have-
someone who knows nothing about game development, no, it doesn't.
It doesn't have to.
Nintendo has one job. It's not like they got to go to their 9 to 5 and then they come back and then they do their passion project, which is Mario. Make the fucking Mario games, dude.
hey, here's
and
the
also,
thing though.
what are
They
we
don't just
doing?
have one job anymore. This is the reason why we're not
That's
getting
right.
games is now they have
Yeah.
the fucking cinematic universe and the theme parks.
Then hire more people to do that stuff.
The most Tim Robinson. Hire more people to do those things.
Jesus Christ, people need jobs. Hire the fucking people, dude.
What are they doing to
Stop
us?
hoarding wealth.
What did they do to us?
Stop hoarding the wealth and hire more people to make more games.
I hear it.
And that being said, there's too many fucking games.
Can we get this guy another coffee, dude? This guy needs another
Trash
coffee.
pot.
When I look back on Galaxy, the one thing that happens in my mind is like, man, I don't like the collection of stars with the wand.
No, not
that.
great.
I'd rather just run through them. I'd rather just like, I don't know. It's
I
just,
think in the port in the 3D collection or whatever, I think there's like a hot button that just like grabs everything on screen
Oh, nice.
that you can just hit.
Okay, that's
I
my
could be
style.
wrong.
Okay. In retrospect, I'm not a huge like Wii controls guy.
I hear that.
Can get gimmicky.
I'm an apologist when it comes to games like Skyward Sword, where like I don't largely love Skyward Sword as a game,
Can I?
but I really think the motion controls work very well in that game.
I'm gonna get a Zelda shirt printed. I think with a Skyward Sword shirt with my feelings on that game. Just right on the front, just Skyward Sword. I'll probably get Triforce. More like Guy was bored.
Yeah.
On the bottom. Yeah. That's how I feel about that. The controls in that game dude, it's too much, dude.
It's too much, but it did work well.
I don't want to be doing all this, dude. I'm playing a video game, dude. What? Like if I was athletic, I'd be outside, dude. I'm on my couch for a reason. I don't want to be doing all. I'm two full buttons, dude. That's all I need. Come on, man. What do we need? Nobody needs any of this. God, Skyward Sword, dude.
Love this New York accent that's coming Skyward Sword.
Fucking Skyward Sword.
I'm gaming here.
That's the back.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, Galaxy's a good game, right? Galaxy's a good game.
Galaxy's all right.
Doesn't suck.
What was that, number 5?
It was number 5.
Space
Shall we
Mario
move to the number 4
doesn't suck,
spot?
yeah.
Take us there, bud.
Yeah.
All right, man. So this is another big one. It's another 10 out of 10 for IGN. Another 97 from Metacritic. Their
97.
top games, both tied at the number 1 spot for them. But down at number 4 for us is Super Mario Odyssey.
You guys fucked this up
We sure
good. Let me
didn't,
tell
buddy,
you.
because
Why, too high?
if you look at our list and then yours, you see
Where did you have it on yours?
You don't want to know, buddy.
Please.
I had it down at number 5.
Hey,
Yeah, I had 4.
4?
Yeah, where it should be.
Am I learning something about you on the fly right now?
No, you're not, because you know my feelings about Mario Odyssey.
Do I?
I got it at number 7, my guy. And here's the thing.
Weird.
Odyssey is a fantastic game. It is an achievement. It is a step in the right direction. Believe me, when we got to the end of the game and I heard the 64 castle music, teared up.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful thing.
Very cool.
The fact that you spend all this time in the level getting currency to unlock a costume that fits in the world that you're playing, by the time you get that costume, you've done everything in the level. There's no reason to wear that costume because you are done with that level.
So don't do that.
Yeah.
Why you do things that hurt you?
No, I'm just saying that there are so many oversights in this game that like I think aesthetically it doesn't really work a lot for me.
Aesthetically, it doesn't work?
I don't like, dude. New Donk City rubs me the wrong way, big time.
All right, that's one. All right, that's one level, and
it was weird.
That's weird.
Out of what, the 5 levels in that game?
Yeah, I mean, what?
There's like
less
8.
than 10, I guess, right?
Yeah, it wasn't a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot of like I do like the open world ish aspect of it. I do like that.
Yeah, that's what I liked about it.
Like I said, this game is a banger.
Incredible, I think.
But I just don't like it more than others.
Yeah, that's why it's at.
Yeah,
that's why it's at my number 7.
That's ranking things.
You guys ready?
You know,
you guys ready for this?
you put this number 1, didn't you?
This is my number 1.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's
crazy
just as
thing
a
you
wild take as mine.
Yeah, honestly,
Honestly.
yeah, because it's like that. The game is great. I'm not trying to knock the game. It's a fantastic game, but I did feel like it was kind of a dumbed down 64. Like they did a lot of the same things as 64. You just didn't jump into a portal, right? But you did go to a world, and you got to explore that world and figure out all the ways to get power moons in it. I think. And it was great.
A lot of moons, man.
But I think it was
There's a lot of moons in this game.
way too many moons.
Those are my only 2 complaints. I really miss a hub. I've said this a million times. I miss a hub so much, and there's just like, hey, you loaded this level. Here's a moon. Hey, you walked 2 feet. Here's a moon.
I mean, it was too
many
simple
moons.
with some of them.
Too many moons.
Yeah.
Watered down the feeling of getting a moon.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah, a little bit.
When we'll get to it, but like when you get a star or you get a moon, that should feel good, man. That should feel real.
Also, now that I'm thinking about it, there's not a real huge identity in this game.
I disagree. As far as identity goes, I do. I really love. I mean, let's be real. Between all of the 3D Mario games, the design isn't that different. But there's something about Odyssey where like I didn't like their use of, this is like visual art nerd shit, but like their use of white highlights in Galaxy games. I hated that so much. It looked so plastic to me. Whereas Odyssey, they went for a more, I don't know, rich color palette, I guess. So I loved it. I was very pulled to it.
Earthy.
And I thought Cappy was awesome. I thought I'd hate Cappy, but dude, Cappy is so good. And he also lends to Mario in Mario Odyssey being the best feeling platformer. It's the best he's ever felt. You can pull so much shit with Cappy.
He controls perfect.
Like the long jump, hat throw, dive, bounce, hat throw again. Like, come on, dude. That was like the sluttiest move. You're in New Donk City. You can traverse from skyscrapers.
You're in New Donk City. That's where you lose me.
It's like, oh, I'm going to go to that skyscraper now. I can do that in one jump if I'm good enough. It's so good.
It's a fantastic game, dude.
They hid so many like mountains of coins in places like you thought you kind of broke the game getting to because it's so cool to traverse in that world.
Yeah.
But the developers were like, no, I bet you someone's gonna get to this part, and we're just gonna like reward them for that. I love that stuff. I loved it so much.
The game there's a lot. There's a lot in Odyssey.
To
the point where I think the last 9 years they've just been so exhausted from what they put in that game that they probably just started working on a new Mario game yesterday.
Stop. No. Yeah, because of Donkey Kong, maybe.
No, I think they've been working on a new Mario for some time. They're just tweaking, man.
I'm hoping that Galaxy 3 is in development.
No.
To coincide with the Galaxy movie. I think that's the move here.
We don't need another of the same.
I agree.
Mario
but
game.
I think just naming the movie Mario Galaxy and having that be a thing.
You'll get a Mario Galaxy. You'll get a Galaxy game. It'll be like some weird spin-off like Lego Mario Galaxy or something.
Hey, and I'm fine with like give us a Mario Lego game.
No,
but you also listen. Let a third party do that. You also have to give us a new like huge Mario game for Switch 2.
If
you have to.
If the next 3D Mario game is Super Mario Galaxy 3, that is a huge mistake, dude. That is a huge step back.
I am on your side for that. I don't really want that.
I don't like the.
I don't think we're getting an Odyssey 2. If we are getting an Odyssey 2, that game is 10 years out, dude. The Odyssey team just did Bonanza.
I don't know if I want Odyssey 2 either.
Yeah.
I think I just want like a fresh retract. Like we don't need 1,000 moons or stars, whatever this new game may or may not have.
I think that's why you're getting such a gap is they want to. There's like this trend of like, you never want to give them a smaller world next. It's just, it gets exponential. And after a game like Odyssey that was so big, like there's no way they're going to come
They're not going to reel it in.
They're not going to reel it in and be like, well, it's a lot smaller of a game than Odyssey. But like nobody's going to.
Which is like one of the big gripes about Bonanza is that the game is kind of too big too. Like some people didn't like it, but then some people are like, there's a lot in this game. It's like, you don't want to spend 45 hours in a Donkey Kong game. Like, but that's what Bonanza kind of is.
But that's the self-fulfilling like problem with like big AAA games like that is like the expectation of more always.
Yeah, kind of sucks, man.
It sucks. Yeah, that sucks. Cause like
not every game needs to be Final Fantasy length.
Correct. No. Yeah, totally.
Not even some Final Fantasy games need to be Final Fantasy.
That's true. Yeah.
But like those, I think that's where the large inflated like game running times come from RPGs, which are like sprawling stories. So they lend themselves to long playtimes because that's kind of the format. But like, I don't need a platformer that's 40 hours long.
Yeah, I mean, let's compare it to Astrobot. There is barely a story in that game. And that was one of the best games I have ever played.
And I probably did play that game for 40 hours, and I played 40 more, dude. Like, that game is rips. Sure.
No, I think it took me like anywhere from 18 to 20 hours.
I think it was,
18. You know?
Yeah.
But, dude, that game was amazing.
Yeah, and zero complaints.
Where did Astrobot land on this list?
You know?
Honestly, I do not need a game bigger than Odyssey. I do not need collectibles anywhere near that number.
Yeah, but like
I think I need a hub.
They can't turn back.
They can't. It's just the line has to go up, right? Like they can't. I feel like they think they can't come out with a game that has less than the game before in the 3D, especially in the 3D Mario space, which is why you get something like Wonder, which is like, I think the idea of doing another 3D Mario, they're like, can we dedicate the resources to that for like X amount of time? Like it just might not make sense. And like, I just think they're wrong about that assumption. I think that if they dialed it back, but you got something that was incredibly polished and like
higher quality,
but also broke a mold in a way we're not expecting, like I think we'd all be thrilled. You know, it's not the length. I'm not the type of guy that like when I played Odyssey, like I didn't stick around for all those costumes and the different worlds and stuff. Like I just kind of played through it, man. And like,
well, I was trying to be a completionist.
No, I get it, and I get it. But like, for me, like I'm just looking for a good experience through and through until I roll credits, and like that's all I really want to do.
And if that is true, that Nintendo, sort of never feels like they can, issue a smaller one than the next. As far as Zelda goes, we are absolutely fucked.
Yeah, we're cooked, dude.
100%.
I don't want to talk about Zelda.
Yeah.
But something Odyssey did that I loved and like, I would like to see him do more with in future Mario games is those 2D walls that you can jump into.
Oh, dude.
That was fantastic.
Yeah,
and then, and like you would wrap around corners and stuff,
Yeah.
doing like the 2D levels and stuff, and then pop back out. Like,
yeah, some of the theatrics in that game are just mind blowing.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Speaking of theatrics, dude, in New Donk City, when you go into the theater, and
my favorite area in the game, by the way,
you play World 1-1 from Super Mario, like to get the moon.
It's good. It's total fan service in like the best way possible.
Yeah.
It's great. It's
fantastic.
a crowning achievement. But there's a lot of other games I like more than it. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, we're on the top three now, boys.
Because here we are.
We got some games.
Here we are bringing in the bronze medal with 30 points. Super Mario Brothers 3.
Yes, that's good. Hey, that's
Solid
good
spots.
football.
People are going to be mad at that.
Oh, we're gonna lose all our subscribers for this episode, but it's gonna be fun.
I'm sorry, why?
Oh, our list is crazy compared to like the people.
I mean, it's widely accepted that, like, by most people, that Mario 3 is the best Mario.
I mean, it's our number 3.
I don't agree with it.
That's a fantastic
I mean,
spot.
what three defined like Super Mario pretty much. Like
Yeah.
all the stuff that like it introduced and has stayed with the series. Like 3 was huge.
I probably had 3, maybe the lowest.
Out of the four of us.
You did, yeah. You had
Probably.
it down at number 5.
Number 5.
A bit disappointed. in
It's
you.
my number 4.
But dude, Mario 3 is fucking incredible.
Oh, it's one of the.
I love it. It's one of the best games ever made.
Legendary.
One of the best games ever. Yeah.
Nostalgia aside, this game is you can turn it on right now and have the best time of your life.
Yo, 100% this game holds up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
I played it
And,
recently.
like,
It's
yeah.
fucking incredible.
This game is
I played all the way through it recently. It's great.
incredible.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love the art style of this game, dude.
I do
The
too.
pixel art,
Yeah,
the color
and
palettes.
they brought in the world map. The world map is so cool.
The world
Oh,
map is
man.
so fun.
Yeah, just getting to choose like skip
path.
that level, go this way.
Trying to avoid those hammer bros. I'm like, those
the
guys.
hammer bros.
On
Yeah.
the wrong day, they'll just
Yeah.
mess me up.
I also really always enjoyed like the Toad houses or like the little mini games, like the spade,
Yeah.
the card game, or matching up the symbols and stuff.
Such
a
nice to mix
touch.
it up and get some items to help you out.
yeah.
This is where some of the music started to get real good.
Oh yeah,
Not even just the music,
Like,
but the sound
really
effects and sound design.
started to get, dude. But yeah, I mean,
No, like the first game is
incredible.
iconic, but like,
Yeah.
and then Mario 3 is like, man, there's a lot more songs happening, different
Yeah.
houses you're
Dude.
going in on the world map. You're getting different tunes, and it's
The
just,
airship levels, dude, with the bullet
yeah.
jumping on the bullets, dude. Oh my
so freaking
God.
cool. And also
Getting
just like
goosebumps, dude.
they brought in so many power ups into this game, like new power ups, and also
So many.
the ability to just like hang on to them,
Yeah.
and like
Yeah.
choose to like, oh, I want to start this level with like a Tanuki suit, like let's go.
yeah, it brought an element of strategy
fantastic.
and
Yeah.
to like how you can save things.
But yeah, like this thing brought in so the Super Leaf and the Tanuki suit, the Frog suit, the Hammer Bro suit, or just the Hammer. You had Lakitu's Cloud,
Yeah.
freaking the music box, the warp whistle. So many freaking awesome items.
Incredible game.
And
That's
that's
such a good band name.
and it
too.
also just
If we started a Mario themed band, it should be called Warp Whistle.
That would be pretty rad.
Yeah, that's pretty good, right?
and it also just brought in so many characters. Dry Bones,
Yeah.
the Booze,
Yep.
Thwomp, Chain Chomp,
dude, just mainstays.
yeah.
the Koopalings, and Boom Boom.
Didn't you have this habit when you were a kid of like always trying to get to a certain point of the game before the school bus came or something like that?
Oh yeah, that was my ritual from like preschool to like 4th grade or something. It was like I would play Super Mario Bros. 3 from start, and then just like crush as many levels as I could until the bus showed up to like take me away. But yeah,
Take me away.
Yeah, but that was
Dude, this game is why I'm still afraid of the sun, bro.
that angry
That sun
is
level.
crazy.
Why I'm still afraid of this.
So hard, dude. That level, that would be the end of my run every game, man. Yeah.
The sun's scary in that game, dude.
Yeah, I don't.
brutal,
That's
yeah.
why I don't really mess with the sun too much.
Yeah, or even just any level with Lakitu would like really just chasing you down.
Well,
like,
my
throwing
strategy
those
was just
spikes.
I'm running, dude. I'm not coins, all this. No, dude.
Yeah.
I do
But
gotta
it's
mention
so
this.
satisfying to like get up high enough and like bonk him on the head and steal his cloud.
The content is just hot on this episode.
You are on a roll right now. dude.
Gaming's official podcast.
It's all right, nobody's watching anymore. So it's fine.
Yeah, we forgot to say that we're gaming's official podcast. I think it's because everybody already knows. We're gaming's official podcast.
Yeah, and this is the official.
I've
list.
been getting stopped on the
Nobody-
street.
Take us to court. What are you going to do? You're going to lose. I won't even show up. You're just going to waste money.
And here's where it gets interesting. Separated by one single point.
If this is Mario Wonder, I'm going to lose my fucking mind.
Separated by a single point in the number 2 spot
Crazy.
is Super Mario World.
Wow. Okay.
I believe
So
that
that's
is the correct
really
answer.
obvious what's number 1 then.
Could be
You would think
Super
that.
Mario Wonder.
So
I'm not very happy right now.
I know me and you had it at the number 1 spot.
I know we did.
This was your number 1?
At number 1 spot.
Yes.
World was
but-
my number 3 spot.
That
Yeah,
is
like-
wild work.
Like I
dude.
told you, you had your list was a little off.
you want me to start this off?
Go ahead.
Super Mario World is a perfect video game. There's not one certain thing that's wrong with it. You cannot fucking change it. It is exactly how long it needs to be. It has the exact amount of secrets that just keep you going for years and years. It is fucking perfect, and it needs to be. It's not only the best Mario game, it's probably the best game ever made.
And it belongs in a museum.
You like this game?
Oh, are we talking about Mario World?
Yeah. You like that? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
No, I Super Mario World is I think it's my favorite game of all time.
I like Yoshi.
Yoshi's great. Yeah.
Where was this on yours?
2?
All right, cool. Yeah. It's
Number
respectable.
3.
3.
Ooh.
Because you had 3 and
Respectable.
2.
I had 3 ahead of
2.
this.
Yeah.
I believe that
And
everything that the team.
Wait, hold on. You're not going to give it to him? You just gave it to me for having it in number 3.
Because
Yeah, yeah.
See,
I don't think he
I'm
put
making
Odyssey
fun
at
of
number
you.
1.
I'm not making fun of him.
It's also his number 3, though.
Right, but I'm only making fun of you.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. At least you're honest about it.
And I don't
Thank you for
I
your
don't think
honesty.
you put Odyssey at your number 1.
oh God, no.
No, but
No.
but he recovered by having Super Mario 2. I mean, it's 3 at number 2. Where you had it at number 4.
I think Eric looks at
you
my
can
top,
suck it. That's
Eric,
fine.
Eric looked at my top 3 and like he's like, I understand what you did and why you did it.
Totally.
It's wrong, but I understand it. He looks at your
Yeah.
top 3 and goes, "My boy's sick. My boy's sick in the head."
Down with the
and
sick.
the thing is, my top 3 I had some trouble with because there's elements of Super Mario 3 that I think were missing from World, but I think there's elements of World that perfected what they did in 3. It's like with the map and the secret endings and stuff like that, where you wouldn't see that there was another, or you wouldn't know that there was another way to go, but then you would find the secret ending and then you'd get a new path, and that's fucking awesome. Where in 3, you already knew that there was a path and it was kind of just skipping a level, which was a little weird. But
So yeah, what had it land number 1 for you mostly?
for World, yeah, I mean the map for sure is just finding those secrets, figuring out, then learning that you can expand the map.
Yeah.
All the secrets in World really put it up a few notches.
Yeah,
for
it's
me.
just it's chock full of secrets. I think
Yeah.
I think that what they did with World was what they wanted to do with 3, and I think they were bogged down by
The limits of the
the
console.
limitations of the NES,
Sure.
which is why.
Sure.
And when you play 3, the left bar is garbage data because that's the only way that they could get the fucking game to run because they were just so ambitious. And 3 is it's fucking incredible, but the fact that they released this game as a pack-in
Oh yeah, that's
launch
true, dude.
is this was free with your Super Nintendo. It's incredible. It's a stunning
incredible.
fucking achievement.
Yeah.
I think it's the best platformer ever made.
Levels are insane.
The music is fucking insane.
Yeah.
The secrets are insane. Star Road is insane.
I like Yoshi.
The different color Yoshis.
Yeah, but that was the thing in itself of when you had to gain all the different colored Yoshis, you had to find their eggs and then gain them all and then beat certain levels with certain Yoshis to unlock the special world. That's the coolest shit ever.
That is epic. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's fucking.
and
It's
then
a
getting
new
to
game
play
plus
those,
before new game plus.
Yeah, and then getting
Because
to
you
play
can beat this
those-
game without. I think without. No, you have to do Star Road to beat the game.
Yeah, Star
Yeah,
Road.
you have to get into Star
Yeah,
Road.
but Special World is something totally
Yeah,
different.
yeah, yeah.
Right? And then you get to play those insanely difficult levels if you want to, which just an awesome,
And they are difficult.
yeah, but it's just an
They're
awesome
fucking
option
brutal.
to have. I can go just kill myself on these these levels here.
God, it's great.
I will say it could probably use Super Mario 3 went nuts with all the abilities, which are
Yeah.
awesome, and
It could use a little more.
Yeah, all you got in this was the cape, which was a ton of fun, but no other abilities. You got Yoshi.
I like Yoshi. I mean, that's a big one though. That's a big
Dude,
one.
hopping on Yoshi and then the song changes to this
So good, so good.
You know, a little bit of that.
This game also gave us Monty Mole and Chargin' Chuck.
Sure did.
Some great guys.
It's good,
Charging
guys.
Chuck's a football guy?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know he had a name. Of course he has a
yeah.
name, but
Yeah.
all
yeah.
right.
That
Dude,
was-
they do
that
a
was
fucking
my-
roll call at the end.
Oh,
The end of the game, it shows you
Yeah.
everyone's
Different
name,
things. Yeah.
and they're just
Oh,
hanging
that's
out
cool.
in the world. It's so good.
Yeah. That was also my favorite costume that I gained in Odyssey that made me scream was like getting the charging truck with like Mario on the back, and it was number 64.
Yeah, that's good.
So good.
It's 5 away.
5 away, dude.
It was funny. My grandmother taught me like all the secrets in this game because I grew up with a Genesis. So,
Grammys love Mario, dude.
dude, I grew up with a Genesis because my grandmother had the Super Nintendo. So I'd go over there, I'd play the Super Nintendo there. So when I finally came time for me to get one of those systems as a kid, I chose a Genesis so I could have the best of both worlds, you know? When really I just should have chosen SNES because as much as I love Genesis, I mean,
You ain't playing Mario.
I ain't playing Mario.
Yeah.
I was playing Vector Man.
So
I'm a big
good.
Vector Man defender here.
So fucking good.
So good. But
Vector Man 2, even better.
yeah, she showed me all the secrets and I just fell in love with that game. So I definitely have a big emotional tie to that game as well. One of my last memories is still playing Super Nintendo with her, and mainly this game.
That rules. Yeah.
Incredible game.
I do want to point out that IGN gave this game an 8.5. What are you doing?
Criminal.
What are you doing?
When?
They need to
this
they need to
this was
revisit.
back when like IGN like didn't give everything a 10. So I will say that.
Yeah.
they gave Mario World an 8.5 somehow.
That's insulting.
It's weird, right? It's and it's also like their lowest scored Mario game. Like everything else is like 9.5, 9.7, 9.8, 9.0. Like that's crazy.
Yeah, what you said is right.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, we talked a lot about. Let's end the episode because like we know what game this is.
All right.
Right.
Thanks for watching. The number one spot,
Let's go.
Super Mario 64.
To go.
Hello.
Yeah, dude.
Probably a game I've beaten just as much as I have Super Mario World.
Yeah.
So wait,
Mario
how did
64.
this win if you guys both did Super Mario World first?
Yeah,
I
so-
did this first, and this was this even in your top 3, Clint? This was your
My number 2.
Yeah,
My number
so,
2.
so what happened is Super Mario World had 2 1s and 2 3s,
Okay.
but 64 had 2 2 2 1. So that's so it just inched by 1 point.
Oh, who had it number 1? You?
So
Hell yeah,
number
my guy.
1. Hey.
This is-
So it
That's
just
my number
inched
2.
it by
This
one
is-
single
this
point
is it,
ahead.
man.
Otherwise, we had like a tie 1 and 2 spot.
Interesting.
The only reason this would fall to a 2 for me is just it's a little clunky sometimes. That's the only reason.
Yeah.
One of those things, like in retrospect, it's clunky. The controls are not tight, but like
But it wrote 3D platformer. This created.
when it came out, you didn't. I don't think. Well, N64 controls in general can be hell, but like in its time and place, I
they
don't
did what
think-
they could, dude. Like,
Yeah.
man.
But at
there
the
are
time,
there are
yeah.
still 3D platforming games now that are coming out that do not control as well as Mario 64, and that is fucking
the
crazy.
perfect move set. Like the jump combo, the like
Punch kick.
the dive, and then the like you know what I mean, the Z
Oh,
jump,
the long
Z
jump.
jump.
long
Yeah.
jump.
Yeah.
Oh, and then you have the side jump too. Like
Oh yeah,
Remember that one?
like the side flip.
Yeah.
You did,
Yeah.
So you can actually get higher up on something.
Yeah.
Super
If
cool.
you were still crouching and then
Yeah.
you could backflip.
Like
onto
they
the
didn't
platform.
even have the
butt
language.
slam.
They didn't have the
ground
language
behind,
to
yeah.
make this game. Like and they dropped this game, and the entire 3D platforming language is just created.
this game changed. It changed.
It changed everything.
Everything.
Incredible. You mentioned the hub aspect of this
God,
game, which is
perfect.
incredible.
Perfect. Yeah.
Another
Returning
game
to that.
packed full of secrets, dude.
Packed
Yeah.
full of secrets. The level design is perfect. It's incredible. Secrets, yeah, breaking walls in the very first world with the cannonball.
Or
and
just
stuff like-
jumping straight into walls
jumping straight into walls. Yeah.
that turn out to be
That turn out to be
paintings.
paintings. Yeah.
Tiny little window squares hidden above line
yeah.
of sight.
Yeah, tons really cool.
Yeah.
stuff.
You know, walking
And
into the castle, just like be like, oh man, I'm in 3D, and you're standing in the middle of the circle, which is the sun, and then you just look up, and all of a sudden you're pulled into a fucking world.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's so just jumping into paintings is the coolest fucking
The
thing.
coolest
rad.
thing, dude.
It's so
Ba,
cool.
ba, 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 ba. I always thought he said "Let's tango." I never heard "Let's go." That didn't register. So it would always be like ba 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 ba. Pick a star. Let's tango.
It's tango.
Interesting, because I always thought he said "so long, gay Bowser."
So long, gay Bowser.
Good stuff. But yeah, so many secrets. Like even just like draining the moat around the castle.
Yeah.
To, like get into other levels.
The different boots Was it or hats? No,
Yeah,
hats.
different
Sorry.
hats.
The hats, yeah.
Try that again.
Well, it's because you do turn into Metal Mario, like metal.
The metal
boots.
Mario is what? Because you know what I was doing? I was combining the metal
iron
hat
boots.
with the boots from Zelda that let you sing,
Yeah.
but they both have the same effect.
The same,
Dude,
yeah.
the music when he puts the hat on and it turns into this like rockin' song.
Oh, yeah.
Super cool. Yeah, the hat that you get from looking up in the sun, like the flight hat.
Oh, the winged hat, yeah.
The winged hat blew my mind.
About the rumors that like if you do certain things in a certain order, you can play as Yoshi.
Oh,
Dude,
yeah,
this is why the internet.
Or play as Luigi, man. Play as Luigi.
Internet, there's nothing. Everything's knowable instantly, dude. Like you could just lie to people. You ever think about that? You could just.
That's how that started.
Yeah, just lying. You should be going around lying to people about you can play as Yoshi, even though you can't play as Yoshi.
It's a half truth though, because I mean, when I was the playground kid hearing rumors about this game, and everyone was talking about like, "Yo, Yoshi's in this game. You could play as Yoshi," and I didn't know you got stars from getting all 100 coins in the levels. So I never got all 120 stars as a kid. I just thought I beat the game and that's that. If you want to get some more stars here and there, you're free to do that. But I didn't know there was like a reason to get 120 was that magic number. And it's like, sure, you can't play as Yoshi, but your boy's there for you if you do a good job.
It's true.
I like Yoshi.
But I also think they did an awesome job just with like the procedural or design or something. Basically, like, you know, you need a certain amount of stars to unlock the next area or unlock the door to get to these and whatnot. So it forces you to go back and like really dig into all the different worlds and try to find like, all right, how do I get another star? I need like 2 more stars or something.
Yeah,
And it's a language that still
you felt like you were
continues.
scraping the bottom of the barrel
yeah.
for the last few stars. You're like, oh, I hate this. Like this world messes me up, but I'm.
But it's
Go
also
there,
cool because it allows you to go at your own pace because you don't have to get all the stars, right? Because you can just, I just need to get like 50 to get through this next door. I don't have to like go back and try to figure this out.
And I loved it as a kid where it's just like, because you can approach the levels in different ways and that's how you get stars. It's like sometimes just the title of the star is like kind of a riddle in its own. It's like, you're just like, oh, what does that mean? Well, I gotta go through this level and see, I gotta find whatever this says and
like, look at it a different way. And it's really
it's
cool.
just so magical as a kid. And it's just, probably the game I've played the most in my life.
This
That
game
world.
is still the reason why I'm still afraid of eels in sunken ships.
It
Dude,
really is
I agree
terrifying.
with you. I stopped going in the sunken ships because, like, as a person, because
You
I
don't know that an eel is gonna pop
Yeah.
out. You know, it messed me up.
Yeah.
You mentioned like you need.
I used to be a plunderer. I just can't do it anymore.
The first checkpoint I think in this game is 20 stars, and you get like the first Bowser trip. Like I would have to do that without ever going into the underwater level because I was so terrified of the eel. So I'd be like really scraping the bottom of the barrel on the other one.
Every other star.
Yeah.
I used to take piano lessons as a kid.
Underwater.
No.
Oh,
It's separate. I used to
That
take
was later.
piano lessons.
That was
real,
later.
dude.
And then in the haunted mansion level where the piano I can't play piano anymore.
Afraid it's going to grow teeth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Rightfully
real,
so, man.
real
I
shit.
went to my mom. I'm like, I can't do this.
No, real talk though. Let's go around the room. Favorite world in this game?
That's really tough.
I will say the water world probably has one of the best like scores.
Yeah.
Great.
Dire Dogs.
When I heard that song for the first time about 15 years after this game came out, I just remember stopping in my tracks and I was like, where's that eel at? You know what I mean? It's crazy. Life is like that.
What's the level that has like the that has Nessie in it and the water bugs and the caverns?
The one where you raise the water level like up and down.
Yeah, if I knew the name of that level offhand, I'd probably say I have the most attachment to that level. It just felt so like foreign and spooky, but also
that's
one of my favorites.
That's a cool one.
My least favorite one is definitely the water level one where you had the enemies that were like dustpans and they would hoist you.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I don't. That level always felt like a tech demo to me, and I never liked it. Not a good level.
I really loved all the Bowser levels.
Oh yeah, especially the third one, dude. The third one rips.
Yeah, those
it's
levels.
so
the music
sick.
is so menacing in
Freaking
those
great.
levels
It
too.
really
It's so
is.
sick.
Yeah.
that score every time Bowser comes out too. They're like, yeah,
yeah.
Really good.
Are you like the wall guy? What is that?
The thwomp.
Oh yeah.
No, that's.
Oh my god. Yeah. Right, you guys are right. Yeah, I'm an idiot. Dumbass.
But I thought you were talking about the music when you first jump into an arena with Bowser, and it's like.
Well, it goes.
Yeah. No, I was just talking about like those 3 keys they hit like whenever he's about to speak or when he
the
shows
word
up.
bubble.
When he shows up, it's always just like
Yeah.
that thing. But
Yo, I spent so long trying to catch that rabbit.
oh,
Still.
So he's tough.
Yeah. This is why,
Dude, that level, the desert level rips, dude. And getting into the pyramid,
Yeah.
and you realize there's a whole other level in there.
And that's why I'm still to this day afraid of going into pyramids like that. You know what I mean?
So your tomb raiding
hard.
days are over, huh?
Yeah, I had to stop.
Yeah.
And you know how big I was into tomb raiding.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Well, when I was younger, I don't know if you guys, I didn't really know you guys when I was a kid, but I used to always wear hats, dude, constantly. And dude, one day this vulture, dude.
I thought you were just gonna end your thought right there.
This vulture took my. I can't wear it because I'm just afraid. The vultures are gonna steal my hat, dude.
They're gonna steal.
Are
your
they
hat.
vultures in the desert one?
Yeah, I'd say so.
now they are.
They'll steal your.
Yeah.
Steal your hat. Yeah.
yeah.
Man, it's so tough to pick a favorite world
It is.
in
It's
this game.
impossible because they're like all iconic.
Yeah.
Even the
Yeah.
very
They all have
first
something
painting
special to him.
is
Yeah.
like, damn,
Yeah.
dude. I remember getting into the like little cannon. I'm like, this is the raddest shit I ever done in
Yeah,
my life.
going straight to King Thwomp.
Yeah. yeah. Shoot, yeah.
Or
shoot
that
up there.
tiny little
Oh, the
island with another
The island?
cannon in it.
Yeah, yeah.
That's how you get one of the
Yeah.
stars. You go through the red,
Yeah.
the coin rings with the hat on.
That one's another case of like a great first level for you to like experience, like learn how this game works, and like just the mind blowing feeling of playing that one. It's hard to beat. You know, there's better like worlds in the game, but like the feeling of playing that one for the first time is
Yeah,
Dude,
you
shell
can even-
surfing?
Yeah, I was gonna say you can even steal Koopa's shell and
Yeah.
ride around.
Very
So good.
Yeah, it deserves the #1 spot. Fantastic game. And also still just super playable to this day.
I think I need to meet my quota and play through it again because I did. I got all 120 when they dropped the 3D collection.
And it was so
100,
good.
120 is still plenty of stars.
Yeah, it really
Like
is.
I don't
lot.
need
Yeah.
more than 120.
And, you
And
didn't even need 120.
because the feeling of getting a star in Super Mario 64 has never been beaten by any other 3D game because they start to dilute them later on, and it's like, I got another star. You'd sit down and play, and you'd get like 10 stars in a playthrough.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like sometimes you'd be stuck getting stars. You're like trying to get 3 more for that next unlock, and you're like, dude, I don't know what to, and you're at the point on all the levels where like it's doesn't say anything. It's just the question marks, and you're like, I don't know how to get these stars. I have no idea how to get these stars.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was you feel super like that. Remember that cage with the star in it floating? I'm like, what the hell do I do? I'm like trying to shoot a perfect trajectory. Which I think is what you actually have to do, right? You have to just.
I think
hit
that's
it.
one of the ways you can get it is because the top is open. And
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's like the
right?
second world that you play the thwomp at the end. It's like
Yeah.
the tower that you climb.
Yeah.
And you just look in the distance and it's like, how the fuck do I get over there? What the fuck? And you have to use the cannon and then hit the pole, like, and then slide into it.
Oh, yeah.
There's like a pole
yeah.
sticking out the top,
Yeah.
and then you have to
The
like.
sound he makes when he hits a pole. So
Dude,
good.
Like the first time you climb a pole or a tree or something,
Yeah.
and like you get to the top and you.
Yeah, you go.
And do a handstand.
And you're just spinning around like.
The athleticism of Mario in that game.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, plumbers, dude.
God,
why
the
to
game
this-
is so
To
good.
this
Plumbers.
day, I'm scared of plumbers because they're so strong, dude.
And this is why I need a hub. Hear that, Nintendo?
Yeah, you can just hang out. You can just hang out in Mario and not even play a level.
Yeah.
You just fucking hang
You
out.
can't do that in any other one. You got to pick from a list and go to the fucking world. But it's just like, what if I want a home away from home? You know?
What if I want that?
Yeah. What if I want it?
That's our top 10. So we have a couple of honorable mentions here that did not make the cut.
Not really honorable, but it's a good dishonorable mentions.
Dishonorable mentions
All right.
down here at the bottom. We didn't have any games that didn't get a vote though. So these two games got at least 1 vote.
Interesting.
We have Super Mario Bros. 2 and Super Mario Bros. Wonder.
So, Eric, can you give us a little recap?
Coming in number 10, New Super Mario Bros., followed by Super Mario Sunshine and Super Mario 3D World. In at number 7 is the original Super Mario Bros. Super Mario Galaxy 2 and Super Mario Galaxy take the 5 and 6 spots, followed by Super Mario Odyssey at number 4.
Shame.
And then our final 3 champions, Super Mario Bros. 3, Super Mario Bros. World,
Super Mario Bros. World. That's right. Yep.
Yeah.
and Super Mario 64.
Super Mario Bros. 64. Yeah.
I stand by our list. I think our list is pretty damn good.
And again, if you can convince me as to why we should talk about New Super Mario Bros. Wii U, you go ahead and let me know.
Or if you're pissed off that we didn't talk about handhelds and you want us to talk about all the awesome Mario handheld games, let us know that in the comments too.
We'll do a whole ass ranking on just the handheld games.
There's some bangers.
I think our next episode should be just Mario spin-offs.
Kart, tennis, all
RPG,
those boys.
Mansion.
RPG, yeah.
Doctor.
But yeah, we'd love to hear what your top 10 Mario games are, because like most of these, there are really no wrong answers because Mario's king. Like it's awesome. Most of these games are absolute 10 out of 10. Not true. Well, we'd love to hear your thoughts. If you want to see us rank, Mario spin-off games, let us know in the comments, because we'd love to do that, because there are tons of Mario games that we all love that doesn't really qualify for this list. But yeah, let us know. Talk to us. We like you guys.
You weren't a Super Game Boy yet when we did this episode, but we were talking about what if Mario did make an Astro Bot game, where then you have to go and to all the Nintendo worlds as Mario, and we were like, oh, it's the same time the Mario Museum in Japan's opening up. What if that's the hub? And then you got to go in
that would
the
be
different
really,
worlds.
That's kind of meta.
Yeah.
That'd be
Yeah.
really
Yeah,
cool.
I think my pitch was that Nabbit steals all the things from the Nintendo Museum, and you got to get them back.
That's awesome.
But
Yeah.
you have to go into the different worlds and stuff to.
Wait, dude, that's great.
Wouldn't that be a really good
Yeah.
Mario game?
That'd be incredible.
You
then
go
you can
into
even-
all the other
Then you
worlds.
even have to
you're
play
in
different
Hyrule.
styles.
You're in Donkey Kong Country. Yeah.
or even the different style
Planet Zebras.
consoles
Planet,
where
yeah.
now you have to play an 8-bit level.
Yeah.
To get the NES back, then you go play a Super
dude.
Nintendo level.
And Eric even had the idea of you're there with Luigi, but you split up, and Luigi finds himself locked in a janitor's closet, and now it comes with a fucking vacuum cleaner, and then you gotta go and clean up the spooky unfinished part of the museum. Oh, it's
Dude,
brilliant.
This is a perfect idea.
I know Astrobot is cool, huh?
I like that idea. Yeah.
Astrobot's so sick.
Astrobot
but-
is sick, dude.